Hello folks, good afternoon. It's Michael from MoParPro.com coming to you live today, August 2021. I wanted to show you an interesting video. Basically it's a learning experience, when you're working with cars that are of the vintage age. And these cars that we sell parts for, from the late 20s to right about the mid 60s. So this is the master cylinder right here, and this fits your 40s and 50s MoPar. But there's a lot of differences in these master cylinders. They all look the same, but there's some subtle differences, and I wanted to go over with you the differences on these masters. So right here, this is your standard 3241 master. This fits 42 to 54, and basically here's your chamber right here where the brake fluid sits. You fill it from the top. There's a pin. This would theoretically slide through. Has to be pressed in. This is a pressed fit because if you don't press it and it's not a tight fit, you're going to have side-to-side pedal slop. Now this master cylinder has two outlets on the back. One's for front brakes, one's for rear brakes, and you're in business. Now, these are the shaft pins. These shaft pins are how your pedals rotate. So your pedals rotate, your brake and clutch pedals rotate on the shaft pin. So this sits in the hole, and on the right and left of this is how your pedals sit. Now, they also have a smaller shaft pin for the later 49 and later cars, but it's not an exact science. Some of the cars have the longer pins, so it depends on what you have. Now, this is basically the same master, but this is a 2-outlet, and this is called a power brake master. You could see that it's got a hole on top. The hole feeds the power brake master cylinder, and this is the hole for the fluid, and it feeds the booster on the power brake cars. Now, they also have another design of a 1-outlet. That's like a 40 to 42 usually. A lot of the early 40s cars had the 1-outlet design, but I've seen it all the way up until 54, so it's just what the parts guy pulled to put when he assembled the car. But for the most of the time, they got the 2-outlet design. But I just wanted to show you how all these masters look the same. These masters are, an identical casting. Now, the 1-outlet actually has a different size piston in here. It's actually smaller, believe it or not, than these. So, just a little difference. The chamber has a smaller bore on the 1-outlet. You would think it's bigger because it's 1, but it's actually smaller. And that's a little master cylinder lesson I just wanted to show you. And basically, this is the brains of your brake system. If these are bad in your car, you're going to have a bad pedal feel, and you're going to have all types of problems. Now, these can be rebuilt. Basically, you would take off this brass nut right here, and inside is, it's a chamber. If the chamber is pitted, you would take a hone or some type of, cleaning device, and you would hone the cylinder straight and true. The problem is, it's just hard to do, and it's not an exact science, so I don't recommend it. Some guys, money is a factor, which I understand, and they're happy with a little hone, and they hone it and they put a new chamber in. But if you have a severely pitted master, I don't recommend it. Just buy a new one. I mean, if you're going to save money, brakes is not the ideal place. You want to save money when you're restoring your antique car. Don't buy that piece of trim for $150. Put the money in your brakes, because that's how you stop, and that's your safety, and that's what we want. But this is just a little more in-depth look at the master cylinders for the various 40s and 50s Chrysler cars. They all look the same, but they're not. If you have a power brake car, you'll have a threaded connection on top, and you'll have basically it's the same casting, but the power brake cars have the threaded connection on top. Now, the earlier cars, like I said before, have the 1-outlet, and the regular, P15 type cars have the 2-outlet with no threaded connection. There's actually a 4th master, which is a 1-outlet power brake unit. So the power brake units came either 1 outlet in the back and with the threaded on top. So there's really 4. I don't want to confuse it too much. I just wanted to show you. But this is basically this. So now let's talk about your pedals. So your pedals sit inside the master cylinder. Just pretend that this was through here, and your pedals rotate on this shaft pin. Over time, there's a bushing inside your pedals, and the bushing gets bad and worn out, and you really have to have it machined and install a new oil-light bronze bushing if you want to have really nice pedals that move gently and don't have any slop. But that's what I could tell you. This is the master cylinder. It bolts under the car, right under the driver's floor, and this is what it is. I just wanted to give you guys a quick explanation. Some people have been asking me, and it's just it's a learning curve for everybody, even myself. So just wanted to show you guys. You guys have a great day. Thanks for choosing MoPar Pro for your vintage Chrysler parts. If you have a question, give me a call, 516-233-7788. Thank you.